Hello everybody and welcome to tonight's stream. I'm very excited to say we are going to be playing Stranger of Sword City Revisited tonight. This is a game that has just released on Nintendo Switch. It was previously an Xbox, believe it or not. An Xbox release, and then it got a PlayStation Vita port, and now it is on Switch alongside another game called Savior of Sapphire Wings. Now the two games together are sold as a one collection pack as sort, so you get two dungeon crawlers for the price of one, and these are excellent games. We have got a review up on digitallydownloaded.net that you can check out right now. We have given it 4.5 out of 5, but I figured that tonight we would show you a little bit of Stranger of Sword City, which I personally think is the stronger of the two. It has a more distinctive theme, art style, and the level design just caught me a little bit more. That's not to say that Savior of Sapphire Wings is in any way a bad game. It's excellent in its own right, but I do think that Stranger of Sword City is possibly the best dungeon crawler that we've seen in the past decade. So very excited to play this on stream tonight. Now, we're not going to show you the introduction. It starts off a little bit slow for the first hour or so. I have been playing through the game. I'm a couple of hours in, 1.5 hours or so. We'll actually be picking it up from a part of the tutorial quests. So you're still seeing the very beginning of the game, just without the first cutscene and the slow bit at the start. Hello, Diddy. Welcome to the stream. The Gilligan's Island of Dungeon Delving video games about Sword City. Yeah, so to explain what this game is, basically you're involved in a plane crash, and then you wake up in this other world where, I mean, it's quite obvious that your character has died in the plane crash, and you've woken up on this other world where you've kind of been drawn into helping the local denizens out because you have some kind of special powers to deal with the various monsters that show up. It's very Lost. I mean, if you've seen Lost, then it's a very similar concept to that. It was probably conceived about the same time, actually. Some director probably saw Lost and figured, hey, we'll turn it into a dungeon crawl. And that's where we're at with Stranger of Sword City. So yes, we've already met our character. I've formed the party together that we're going to quest with, and we're just going through the tutorial at the moment. We're learning the ropes as such. So 50 minutes in. There we go. 50 minutes in we are. BNAP playing Nurse Love Addiction. Hey, that's an excellent game. But Nurse Love Addiction is... I have some great people that follow me on my Nintendo Switch. They play the good games. Nurse Love Addiction is one of them for sure. So I just got to reacclimatize myself as to what I'm doing. As you can see, immediately the art of this game is gorgeous, and it's the first thing that's very distinctive about it. This is a beautiful game. It comes to us from Experience Inc., and Experience make absolutely drop-dead beautiful games. They're also the company behind the horror games Spirit Hunter NG and Deathmark, which are also very beautiful. Their artists are just second to none, if you ask me. So these are my characters. Yep. These are all the kind of standard characters, actually. So I just need to check if I just drop into the shop. Big burly guy there, he's going to sell me some items, I think. Candy fruit, yeah. I'll buy some candy fruit. That's a healing item. Let's see if there's anything to sell. Scraps are good to sell, so I'll sell those off. Get a bit of cash. So this game works like a lot of other dungeon crawlers where you collect loot inside the dungeon. You don't get so much money as such from the enemies, but you tend to get loot, and you can sell that loot, which doesn't have any other purpose other than as currency, back to accumulate money. So we'll get rid of a couple of these old weapons as well. Alright. So let's get into the dungeon, shall we? Let's show you. Nice smartphone. The girl looks okay too. Yeah. The main non-player character, Heroine, she wanders around in a school uniform for some reason. I have no idea why, but she just does the schoolgirl thing while she's slaughtering demons just because. This is a very Japanese game. Stranger Base. So these are all the different worlds. As you can see, it's a very distinct, unique vision. It's quite pretty, except for that bit which looks like Mordor. But we just need to go into the entry-level dungeon. Okay, so at the moment we are following the instructions of our leader, and I believe we need to go south. I think that was the vague instruction we had. We need to go south. Enemy time. And I've been ambushed, no less. Would you like to counter the enemy's surprise attack with a divinity? No. So that little number there you see on the left, the 7, that's your divinity rating. You can use that for all kinds of special things. Like, for example, if you get ambushed, you can use it to escape the battle for free. But these enemies are not too tough, so I figured I'll just cop the hit. Anyway, I dodged all the attacks anyway. So let's fight. Hopworms, they be. Is this like the dungeon games I've played where you get to use sexual skills in addition to combat? No. No, this is not an adults-only version of the dungeon crawler. You are right that there are an awful lot of adults-only dungeon crawlers out there. A lot of them. This one doesn't even do the fan service much. It's not even like that one that you... I think you were on the stream when we did it, the Moro Crystal. It's not even to that degree. There's no bikinis in this one. You can equip your characters with underwear, but you don't see them wearing it. It's just an item. You wear good panties for defense. Anyway, this is easy enemies, but it takes a while because my characters don't have very good equipment right now. They do take their time to whittle down the enemy's health. We will get there, and he's just caught a buddy up. Bloody hell. So who's the protagonist? Well, the one on the far left, it's a created character. And she's the one that I created. She's the one that was in the car accident. Oh, sorry, the plane accident. And the other 5 are just her buddies that she's got coming along for the ride. But you can create your character however you like. There's dozens of different portraits and stuff to choose between. There we go. We won the battle in the end. As you can see, we got absolutely 0 treasure from it. 0 cash. But we would have picked up some trash, I think. That can't be right. Actually, your entire party is indeed self-inserts. You create the whole party. This is a very traditional dungeon crawler, and just like every other dungeon crawler since Wizardry 40 years ago, you do create every character in your party. Well, not every dungeon crawler, but as tradition for the genre. You can see the little plane in the background there. That's the plane I think we crashed on. So we need to go south. That was what the instruction was it not? But there is no further south there. That's okay. We'll try going this way then. There we go. We're exploring some new space now. Places I've not been yet. This is a favourite genre of mine. I did a video today on digitlydownloaded.net where, that's downstairs to the dungeon, on digitlydownloaded.net where I kind of explained this genre. I've been playing these games for about 35 years now. I discovered them quite young, and I've just always loved the genre. So the fact that it's actually stayed quite traditional in all this time, this game is very reminiscent of Wizardry, which I first played 35 years or so ago. It's a 40-year-old game now. And yeah, one of the things I love about the Dungeon Crawler is that it has that real sense of tradition about these games now. Experience Inc. are particularly good at respecting the tradition while putting modern production values on top. There's a combat we're fighting now. It's 2 more of these worm things. We'll just quickly defeat them, hopefully. They're not very good at hitting me, you see. They are just tutorial enemies, so they're not particularly strong, and they're just not very accurate with their attacks. There's one down. So what have you been playing, Diddy? Any exciting games right now? Have you started Steam Prison yet? You should play Steam Prison. I think you'll like it. Yes, visual novels, another great genre that has respected tradition all this time. They haven't really tried to do too many different things until Steins Gate Elite came along and decided to make the visual novel an anime instead. Oh, are you going to remake your video game version of Dogura Magura? When am I going to get the link and get a chance to play this game, Diddy? I'm waiting. Alright, so those things there. So you can have a combination of random enemy encounters in Stranger of Sword City, but you can also bump into these kind of floaty skull things, which it triggers an encounter as well. Anybody who's played an Experience Inc. dungeon crawler knows how these things work. They're all pretty much the same. If you played Demon Gaze, that was a pretty popular one that Experience developed for the Vita and then later the PlayStation 4. Then you've basically played the same mechanics as Stranger of Sword City. Now we've got something different. We've got snake things that are bursting out of a box. So let's defeat them. Baby Hydras. Baby Hydras. We'll defeat those nice and quick. Hopefully. One down. So we haven't seen too much of it yet, but the other thing that is pretty fun about dungeon crawlers is that where most JRPGs you may fight one or two enemies per encounter, dungeon crawlers like to throw entire hordes at you. If you've ever played a wizardry game, then you'd know you could face 8, 10, 12 enemies across 3 different rows as they're structured here, and that would be a normal encounter. This one, we haven't quite come to that yet. But you can see there's a couple of different rows of enemies. The enemies in the back rows, they can't really be attacked unless you use magic, but they also can't attack you back. They just kind of sit there and wait for their turn. That's an awful lot of pages you got to translate. What, translate into Japanese or into English from Japanese? There we go. Now the froggies are here to defeat now. There we go, through that encounter. There we go, we finally got an item. Now, we probably can't do too much with that. When we get back to town, we can sell it off and use the cash to buy equipment and whatever. Well, I look forward to reading it. Okay, so we can hide here. What hiding does is when you hide in an area, you wait for an enemy caravan to come by, and that's always quite a difficult battle. But if you win the battle, you get some really good loot out of it. So we're not going to do that right now, but that is an optional difficult battle you can fight if you want to grind up experience or get some good treasure. But we're in the middle of a mission. Oh, there we go, a new enemy. Floaty fairy things. Princes. They're called princes. They float. But yeah, as I've said already in this stream, I absolutely love the art style of this game. It's this gorgeous mix of very Japanese style aesthetics, but in a way that looks to emulate the kind of Gothic Europe. So it's a bit of a mix between, I guess, a JRPG, a traditional JRPG and Dark Souls in terms of its aesthetic, which is pretty cool. One down. Oh, fine. If I'm going to be disqualified from playing your Dogura Magura visual novel just because I do self-inserts, then I'll have to accept it. I'm not giving up my self-inserts, did he? Oh, took some damage. Princey has got some bite. There we go, we got a level up. Main character leveled up, no less. So we should be able to level her up. There we go. And when they level up, you can give them one statistic point to increase. I am going to increase the agility. That makes it easier for her to dodge and go first in her turn. And she's a samurai class, and samurai class actually relies on agility to do damage. Now, one other thing I need to mention, if you haven't played Stranger of Sword City before, this is a really cool little element which adds a dimension to the game. At the top left there, you can see L point, which means life point. Now, when a character gets knocked out of battle, or killed as such, they can be brought back, but when they get brought back, they lose one of these L points. And if they run out of L points, then that's it. They're removed. They're permadeathed out of the game. So you need to create a new character and start again. There are ways to restore L points, but they're quite expensive and hard to come by. So there is permadeath in this game, but it's a generous kind of permadeath that doesn't stop you taking risks, but at the same time it certainly puts the fear of mortality into you as you explore. I really like the way they've done it in this game. Do I support justice for girls? I sure do, Diddy. 100%. Oh, that's a trap, that is. There we go. This is our tutor, our instructor, our superior as such. Traps can be removed. Approach the trap and investigate. So, as you can see, if you can see a trap, you can remove it if you're being careful and cautious as you adventure, but there are some traps you can't avoid. Like any dungeon crawler, this game is full of things that want to kill your characters. So traps are quite common in Stranger of Sword City. When does he betray us? He does not betray us. He's a good guy. So let's get rid of the trap. Trap gone. I tell you what, the number of times I've played this game, because I did play it a lot on the Vita as well. This is not the first time I played Stranger of Sword City. The number of times I just ran into traps because I wasn't paying attention, it was quite embarrassing. So I'm hopefully not going to do that here. There we go. We got some loot, free treasure, more traps. You'd think it'd be quite easy to avoid those traps, but yeah. Not necessarily. Some more fairies. Princes. I always have one eye on my Mary Match. You know, I don't have that much Marie Rose stuff because I've never liked the Marie Rose figures. They've always looked a little bit odd to me, not quite accurate to the character in the game. I don't know why. They're made by perfectly competent figure creators like Goodsmile and whatever. They just haven't quite captured the character right. The only bit of Marie Rose merchandise I've got is a I've got a couple of tapestries. And they're pretty good tapestries. But that's it. It's not like my Miku collection. There we go. That is the dungeon we need to go into next. Now we're in the full dungeon crawl side of things. This is where it all gets exciting. And I just exited. You don't have an option not to fix that up. There we go. I do have this thing with dungeon crawlers that I do have to fill in every spot on the map. I've had that habit since I've been playing the genre. That's why you see me crisscross back and forth. It's just to fill up the map in the top right. I can't leave spaces unfilled. Oh, look at that. Now we're fighting some different enemies. I might even have to... Oh, Quincy's. I might even have to break out some magic for these ones. Because they look tough. So let's do that. He's got cure spells. Holy weapons. And she got the magic. Not that the magic does too much damage at this stage. They're all low-level characters. Try again. We'll do another firebolt. Now I am playing this on normal difficulty, which is the highest difficulty that you can play when you first load the game up. With dungeon crawlers, I do specifically enjoy playing them on the highest difficulty setting that I can, because for me the genre is about being hard. It's like a Dark Souls thing. I actually feel like I get more out of it if I've challenged myself on the highest difficulty. So that spell that enemy's casting is an annoying one. It's increasing the agility, the ability for the enemies to dodge my attacks, which is just frustrating. I just keep missing as a result. But as it turns out, these enemies aren't too tough, so I'll have to just grind my way through. Oh, it's just one enemy left now. Skeleton! I always like skeletons in RPGs. I like seeing how the artists do the undead in particular, but especially skeletons. Because they're... Oh, look at that, level 17. He's a bit tough. Might throw a magic spell at him, actually. Especially since he's made himself difficult to hit. Whoa! Just lost a character. That's not good. I'm not exactly doing much damage either. Okay. This is not looking good for me now. I'll have to keep going. Fire spells do a good bit of damage though, so... Oh, good grief. Skeletons too. We gotta get out of here. We're not gonna survive this battle now. We're going to use Flash Escape, which gives us a 100% chance of escaping battles in exchange for 5 of those blue points on the left screen. So we do that. We're out of here. Toodles. Obviously I was not ready for that battle. So now we're going to have to escape all the way back to town. Actually, I wonder if I can... So I should be able to put the auto map on here. Hopefully. Yeah, auto move. So you can put that on, which just does it for you, so you don't have to worry about the movement. You can still get attacked by enemy encounters just like that, but it's just a convenience thing. Try and get through this good and quick. There we go, enemy down. Oh, there we go, there's a swarm of enemies I have to deal with. That's 4 rows of enemies there. 2 rows of these snaky boxes, and then a couple of frogs, and then a couple of buzzards at the back. So, yeah, pretty significant encounter, this one. But that's good, that just means lots of experience points. And I'm out of magic power. That's right. Oh, one ran away. That's alright. Actually, that character's a bit injured, so I better cure. There we go. Do I like Ran or Kazuha more? Assault Lily, huh? Let's go with Ran. I don't need to heal anybody right now, or... Down to 2 rows of enemies left. And we're down to the last row. These enemies are pretty weak, I think. Yeah. They are. They're very weak. So we'll defeat them good and quick, and then we'll finally be able to make our way on. Here we go. So that should be a good boost of experience points. Nobody quite got a level, but the elf wizard person at the top of the group, top middle, they're getting pretty close. Now, about each of these games, we'll go return to the city. Each of these games will last you, depending on your mileage, maybe 40 to 50 hours just to run through it. We need to go back into the Strangers Guild right now. Shop. Sell off some of that junk we got. Scraps there. How much do I know about real life dungeons? Not that much. Yeah, really not that much at all. I don't exactly spend much time in them. So as we can see there, she's down to 1 life point. One of those blue hearts has run out. If she gets knocked out again, that's it. Game over for her. I've lost that character from my party entirely. So I'm going to have to do something about that, of course. Improve their armor, make them more survivable, give them some underwear to wear, I guess. We can do things. Hemp undies, that doesn't sound very comfortable. But that's all I can afford right now, so that's it. Hemp undies it is. Where did she go? Oh, that's right. Once they've been knocked out, they actually are out of the... Yeah, once they've been knocked out, they're actually out of the party for a while as well. You can't actually have them go out on adventures with you. They've got to spend some time to recover. So I'm going to have to add somebody, I think. How do I do that? I can't remember. How do I add somebody? I want to add somebody to my party. I can't remember. Ah, register, there we go. So now we get to create a new member. I have not played waifus over husbandos. I know I should, but I haven't. Believe it or not, I have actually heard of that game. So, we lost one fighter. We're going to add one fighter back, I think. But as you can see, these are all the different portraits you can give your characters, including characters that are actually in the game as other characters. Like this one and this one. You've already seen her, but you can add her. And then they've actually got old ones as well, old style portraits. If you prefer, you can add those. You've got plenty of different choices here. I like her. Let's add her. You can make them male or female as well. It's totally up to you. You can completely customize a lot of these. So, we'll make her a dwarf, because she's going to be a frontline fighter. And give them a random voice. I can't actually hear the voices anyway because I've muted the screen. You said I did say that's not much fan service. That's totally innocent. There's nothing fan servicey about that. What name will we give her? Oh, what the hell. I don't actually haven't called the character Miku yet, so Miku it is. Being invincible would indeed help. I don't know why that isn't just the one character class that everybody chooses one trait, but there you go. Features. Does no harm. Great rhythm. Well, it is Miku, so great rhythm works. Okay. So, now we add that to our party. We add her to our party. And we just head back into the base. It's not the most efficiently designed interface for all of this stuff, but how do we rearrange party? Edit party. I think we just remove them. Yeah. It's not the most efficient way of doing things, but it works. Then we add them back. Starting with her. and then him, and then him. Okay, that's our party back now. Now I've just got to equip our new character. Since she's only got a short sword, that's not going to help. It's all I've got access to, unfortunately. She's not wearing underwear. I don't think I've got much cash left either. Do I? I think I spent it all. Yeah, I've only got 57 cash. That's right. That just means we need to do a bit of grinding. And we head back into the dungeon. There is obviously quite a few dungeons in this game. Oh, I know what we can do. We can try and track down... Where was that hiding spot that we saw earlier? There was a hiding spot where if we take it, we get lots of loot as a result. So I'm going to show you what the hiding spots do in a second. Once we fight through some enemies. Oh, there's a treasure chest there. That's excellent. That's what I needed. Wow, that was a great first attack from our new member. Knocked the enemy out, did 50 odd damage. More than the veteran characters are doing. Only 37 hit points though, so I should be a little bit concerned that if she gets hit, it's going to knock her out. Packs a wallop. Okay, so we should get that treasure chest. A corpse piece. Okay. That sounds pleasant. A bit of a body. Alright, that was an easy one. We got the jump on the enemy, so they didn't even get a chance to fight back. Alright, where was that? It was in here, wasn't it? Here we go, we can hide here. Now how do we do hide again? Hide, there we go. So, we hide, it uses 5 of our points, which is again that blue stuff. 5 of those points to hide. But the payoff is potentially huge. So now a caravan of enemies is going to come by. Oh. Like I said, it's powerful enemies that you have to defeat. But if we do defeat them, we get a treasure box. In this case, it has a helmet in there. We don't know exactly what that equipment is. But as you can see from the treasure box, there's like an icon on there of a helmet, so it's going to be a helmet of some kind. And it actually says so in the description below anyway. So we can pass on that, and I don't like the look of the big Hydra, so we'll pass on that battle. That's better. Ratmen. Kobolds. They're much easier, and we get a sword out of that, which is good, because my new character needs better weapons, so let's do this. So we jump out of hiding and attack them. As a result of the ambush, we get to go first. Not kobolds, goblins. Same difference. And we're going to start hitting the boss goblin straight away with our magic. Weaken him a bit before we have to fight him. Alright, Goblin King. You do have to defeat the boss of each caravan within a certain number of turns as well, otherwise they escape, so the fact that the Goblin King has jumped to the front is actually good for us. He can potentially do a lot of damage to my party, but that's the risk you got to take if you want the treasure. Takes a lot of damage too, you can see. He's got less than half health left, so we should win. We should defeat him in the next turn or two. Oh, not a miss. Ooh, 25 damage to my hero. See, the enemy leader is about to escape. We've got one turn left to really do this now. So let's get on it. Come on, team. Pull it out for us. Oh, that's not what I need. I did not need misses. Did not need the misses. Oh, just in time. My very last attack actually knocked the Goblin King out. Thank goodness for that. And there we go. Battle over. So we get a good boost of experience. And the Wizard Elf got a level up, which is good. Oh, we got a blade, a rare blade, a sword and a sword. We got a good pile of loot out of that. Unfortunately, we have to get back to town to identify that. You can't use it until you've identified it. But we'll just fight this enemy as well. Oh, we got a free treasure chest out of this as well. Luck is on our side. Well, that was rare. It's not often the enemy attacks the back row, as just happened there. So I didn't actually explain that through through the stream so far. The left-hand side of the group, the party, so the three on the left there, they're the front row. They're the ones that take the bulk of the damage, and they're the ones that can fight using melee weapons. The three on the back there are on. Oh, sorry, the three on the right are on the back row, and they can't. Or they can't use melee weapons, so they can't fight hand-to-hand. They're less likely to be targeted by attacks. That's generally where you want to put your weaker characters, like your wizards and clerics. And then the front row, you obviously want your fighters. Very typical dungeon crawler stuff. Of course, I didn't say anything there that will be unfamiliar to anybody who's played these games before, but there we go. One. Oh, whoops, I forgot to level up my character. The one character that had been leveled up. That was a waste. They don't get experience points if they haven't been leveled up. Level up. We'll put the bonus point into vitality for him. That boosts his health a bit. Only now he's got a second spell, Ice Bolt. We'll head back to town. Because I want to see what those swords do. And hopefully I've collected a bit of loot now, and I can sell that and get some armor for this new character that's in the party. I think I'll keep her in the group now. Even after the other one recovers, I think I'll keep her in the group. I like the aesthetic. Okay, so Ooh, soft fur. Broken dagger, that's no good. Master dagger, short sword, scraps. And pretty stone, short sword. Swords. Lots of swords. That's why they call it Sword City. We'll head into the shop. Sell items from the item bag. We don't need short swords. Pretty stone. It sells high. It's selling for 5 coin. But anyway, I have no choice. There's nothing else to do with it. We'll get rid of the broken dagger. That's no good. Another short sword, and we'll keep the rest. Now I'll just equip the best equipment for our new girl. And short sword +3, much better. And also battle dagger. So that's blue because that's a rare item. It also boosts her luck, sorry, her agility, as you can see at the bottom there. Her agility takes a big boost because of that. So not only does it do more damage, but it's a stat booster. That's a pretty good piece of equipment to have. Why can she not equip it? Why can she not equip it? Maybe she can't equip because she can't use it. But she can use it. Master Dagger +3, that's better. Nice agility, mind if I buff it? Ah, okay. Blue means you can't use it, not it's rare, means it's locked off to the character for some reason. Oh, possibly you need a minimum agility to use it. Maybe that's the problem. So I was misreading that. You need a minimum agility to equip that. Now, I should have enough money to buy some armor. We'll buy some underwear first. Or not. Look at that, obscene amount of money. $10,000 to buy a Knight's Hauberk. Come on. Give me a break. I don't have enough money for any equipment. Lovely. Buy a hat. What's the best hat? A leather cap. That'll do. Money is hard to come by at the start of this game. There we go. Slightly boost her defense. Alright, nothing much else we can do other than leave and try and ambush another enemy. Because I really need to get that new character's health up a bit by leveling them up. So we will head back into this room. And naturally, see, he's got 2 spells now. There's no real skill trees to this one, which is a little bit odd, I guess, for the dungeon crawler genre. Usually they do have skill trees now, but this is, the character just gets new skills as they level up, and they're automatic depending on the character class. So you don't get to customize your characters too much, unfortunately. But I guess the customization comes from being able to fully build up the party as you want. There's quite a few different character classes to choose between, and the mix of them really counts for a lot in terms of being able to overcome certain enemies and challenges. Done. That one's down. Oh, our Princess Miku has nearly leveled up. Oh, you like video game girls? Name your top 10. Do you really want a top 10? How can I limit it to 10, Diddy? So let me see, we've got Miku, Murray Rose, Maruru from Atelier, Riku from Final Fantasy X. What's that, 4? Yeah. Alisa from Trials of Cold Steel. That'd be my top 5. Vanille from Final Fantasy 13. That'd be number 6. Amy from Nurse Love Syndrome. 7. I really have to think about the other 3. I think I did a pretty good test coming up with 7 off the top of my head. Treasure box time. Let's fight this. Yay! New girl leveled up. Ah, yeah. Sometimes the treasure box does have traps on it. And you sometimes successfully remove the trap, other times you do not. Amy's not heterosexual, do they? Oh, whoops, I forgot to level up the new character. Damn it. You know, Amy. Nurse Love Syndrome. Syndrome? Or addiction? Syndrome, I think, isn't it? The patient. There we go. Need it. So, we'll level up. Yeah, I think the agility was the reason that she couldn't equip that dagger, so I'll increase the agility. That's better, now she's got some health. She can handle a bit more damage. Let's hide. Let's see what we're fighting this time. Oh, it's another one of the big hydras. We'll skip on that one. Another one. When it's a spear, we don't even want the spear, so we'll pass on that. And another one. Gosh. I just don't want to fight the Hydra. I guess we have to. Alright, let's do it. Let's go for it. Oh, we got ambushed. Uh-oh. Yes. I want to get out of here. That was just not worth it. That was too much of a risk. So, we'll have to collect some divinity back by fighting enemies. Some of that blue stuff. And then we'll be able to try another ambush again. Whoa. Still taking a lot of damage if she gets hit. That's why I needed that armor. That leather cap may have just saved her. I need to cast a spell. Cure Miku. 2 down. 2 to go. Oops. 2 down, 2 to go, and 2 of those blue points. Need to get it to 5. Even 5's a bit of a risk because if I get ambushed, I can't escape then. Oh no! They're picking on my new girl. Gosh, these things are causing me a lot of damage. I might have to do a tactical retreat after this now. So I'll be running out of resources by the time I heal all my characters that have been wounded. Oh, he's on the brink of death. 3 hit points left. Hopefully I heal him first. I'm going to have to pull out everything. Firebolt. Oh, at least he got... Oh! Got lucky twice over then. Now I just have to hope that chest isn't trapped. This one's taking a lot of damage. Oh, it's a level 20. God, good grief. It's a powerful one. No wonder it's doing a lot of damage to me. That's right, that just means that at the end of this, I get lots of experience points. Or just get closer to leveling up. Actually, 960 experience points is pretty good. And I've got a hat. Lovely. I'm going to need to heal up my whole party. Yeah, it's just not worth it. I know what I'll do. So I can show everybody on the stream something slightly different at least. I'm going to go back. I'm going to do one more tactical retreat just to heal up. And hopefully buy some underwear or something. Don't be level 20s. No, these are nice. They're just level 9. Of course, remembering again that I am playing this on the highest difficulty level possible. There are 2 difficulty levels at the start of the game lower than this, so if this kind of grinding isn't your thing, you can still play the game through and not have to worry about this. This is excessive for what the game offers. Of course, I happen to like the grind occasionally, especially in a dungeon crawler, so this doesn't bother me. But I realise that other people don't like to see this kind of experience, so just wanted to clarify that you don't have to play it this way. Alright, so we'll just head back into town, sell off some stuff. Ureseka, is that the beach volleyball one that was recommended to me earlier this week? I haven't started to watch it yet. I have added it to my list. That'll do. Oh, okay. No, I definitely haven't started to watch it yet. I do have to watch that the beach volleyball one first. Can buy some leather undies now. Oh, heel ring. That's pretty cool. But I will buy Battle Tunic first, I think. Oh no, that's not going to do too much. Let's just go with this. Equipment. There we go. She's undid up now. Yeah, I need 10 agility to equip that, so I'm still a little bit short. Alright. So I'll just quickly save. Alright, so let's go one last run on this stream. Just quickly, I will show you. So, upper division, I haven't got any of these unlocked at the moment because I'm started the game, but as you can see, there are 4 different regions, each have their own dungeons to explore and stuff. So, there is plenty to this game. Plenty and plenty. In fact, even this Mo Metal here, where we're at, if I pull up the map, this spot here, if you, at the moment, if I try and go this way, I get told by my instructor, because I am still in the tutorial stage, that it's too dangerous. So even this very first dungeon has areas that are for more later on play. So we're going to head to this room here, which is a different room, but it's another ambush room. So we'll try and get some different ambushes happening. As long as these aren't level 20. Level 11, we can handle these. Not a good start. I'm missing everything here. There's one down. Two down. Battle win. Oh, my little armor guy down the bottom, he's getting close to a new level. So is also the thief. We may just get a couple of experience levels out of this last run. Alright, so right here we should be able to hide. We'll do that. We'll see what we're up against. Ah, it's the goblins again. Let's fight them. I think it was a sword, wasn't it? Or do we pass? No, we're going to do it. We're just going to attack these guys. I want the experience points. Oh, he's only a level 9 Goblin King too. This should be a nice easy battle. Let's use my new spell. Ice Bolt. We'll hit him with some freeze. Ah, now he's retreated to the back. Let's try and get through these goblins first. We'll continue to hit him with magic anyway. Stop missing, dude. That guy, the armor guy, keeps missing every attack right when I need him to actually hit stuff. It's annoying. These fights can be pretty intense, as you can probably guess, when it's down to the wire as to whether you actually get the treasure box or not. It's a good system. I'm surprised that dungeon crawlers, other dungeon crawlers haven't done something similar. Okay, he's about to escape, but we should be able to knock him out now. He's caught some buddies. Great. Oh well, he's dead. Now we just have to fight some hobgoblins. They have axes. Cute little enemies. Ugly cute. Not cute, cute. I see, he misses again. That guy is just a clown. That's what he is. Now he needs healing too. And a firebolt. Finally, we defeat them all. We get lots of experience points, I hope. 2 of the characters level up, like I said would happen. Excellent. And we got 1 blade out of that. Oh well. It might be a really good blade. We'll find out soon. Level up. Who got the levels? Ah, that guy. Maybe he might be able to hit something now. Up his agility. He learned Hammer Soul. And Thief. Well, with Thief it makes sense to up their agility as well. Cloaker they're called in this game, not Thief. Medium Armor Soul. Alright. And Multi-Slow. And Hit. Well, I'm glad she learned how to hit. Alright, so after all that, let's go and see what treasure we got. Pull up the map. Back to town. Let's find out what the blade is. A battle dagger +2. Not too bad. We can actually sell that. Oops. Because, I'll show you why. I do like to keep some equipment around just in case the game takes something from me, but in this case... Oh no, I need to hold that around. Ah. Battle Dagger 2 is better than Master Dagger, so let's sell that. And equip up her with the better Battle Dagger. Now it's +2 rather than +1. Alright, I think we will call an end to the stream tonight. That's a good place to stop. That gives you an idea of what the game's about anyway. Obviously, as you go further in, you go through more interesting dungeons, the enemies become more interesting, it all becomes more difficult, and there is a pretty decent little narrative running in the background there. And then on top of that, if you buy this pack, you get a second dungeon crawler as well, which is very much more narrative focused and also very much worth your time. So, my top 10 streams, well, they're all mine, Diddy, of course. All my Dead or Alive streams are my top 10 streams. Anyway, if you like dungeon crawlers, you're going to like this. I don't know why this game hasn't had much more of a hype cycle as such. It kind of landed out of nowhere, and I don't think a lot of people were aware of its existence. So, if you like dungeon crawlers, you're going to like this one. This too. And, yeah. I hope this was interesting. Thanks as always for joining us on the stream. We will see you later on in the week for another stream. In the meantime, enjoy whatever games you're playing, and thanks again for joining us.